further down your life. Now, I'm not saying you have to make best friends with everybody, but my theory behind being successful is to make yourself successful, make yourself want to be known by people, make yourself useful, and make yourself valuable. So then you can attract people that are useful and valuable. And then that partnership, you don't have to be best friends, but you must know, right, yeah, I know he can do that, and I know he can do that. We could swap favours, and that helps you an awful lot going along life. Now, I'd like to say friends, but I'm sure you've got somebody you stay in touch with. Now, you haven't got to lie to me, or you can, but I'm sure you've got someone that you stay in touch with that's not your friend. You'll hear their bullshit because what they can do for you. And they probably do the same for you.
Probably, yeah.
You know? And that's why I believe that we should make ourselves valuable, like experts in our field. That's what you should aim towards.
And that's also an art as well, to hold on to a person in your network. You're like, I didn't like what you said, but I do need to get
You're
this thing
useful. I
done.
can't fall out with you over that.
Yeah,
You're worth too much.
it's true. But
You know?
but some people will just, oh fuck off, I
Yeah.
don't give a shit. And the next minute, later on, they hit a hurdle and they're like, oh, I needed him.
You can, it's I value my pride an awful lot, and there's nothing that I would exchange my pride for. But a lot of things we get arguing about is pretty much usually who's right and wrong. And I'm happy to wipe my mouth and agree that I'm wrong if someone's a value. If they're not a value, then why would you hang them around? Why would you have somebody that, if you're trying to be successful, pretty much anybody that is not helping, push you forward, giving you praise, all the negativity has got to go. Because the thing is, you're facing negativity anyway. You don't need someone to come and tell you, oh, this could be bad, or oh, I don't think that's going to work. No one's done it before. You need, do you know what? No one has done it before, but let me tell you something. You're different. That could be the difference to making success or not. One person saying that to you. Or it could be the difference of not doing it. Of thinking, no, I can't do it because someone said to you, no, you can't do it. There's so many times I believe I've heard people have conversations and say good ideas, and I'm looking thinking, do you know what, that is a good idea. Someone's looked up and said to them, nah, I don't think that'll work, and I never ever did do it.
Is there one piece of advice that you remember from anyone in your family, just that one thing that stuck that made you have that belief that I can do this?
Is there anything that got said to me that made me believe that I can do this? To be honest, seeing me dad do it give me a lot of motivation. And on top of that, even when I was a kid, as far back as I can remember our daddy's boys, this, that, the other, and it never really got under my skin, and it never bothered me. However, at the same time, I still did kind of want to prove them wrong, because when people are saying that, and it's not true, it doesn't get under your skin. If someone said it and it was true, I'm sure it would offend me a lot more than it does. So probably I've pushed a lot more, maybe for that reason.
Yeah.
And also, like I say, seeing me dad do it, my dad's done extremely well. And what are we here for? This life's a test. We enjoy earning money. It's the family that I got brought into, and I wouldn't change it for the world.
I got told a piece of advice, like, I invest a little bit in property as well. And it's like, hey, I think I should buy this. And somebody else goes, hey, look, stop, take a step back. Why is that person selling this? Where are they going? Where are they buying? And for example, I was told a little while ago, you don't want to be buying commercial property. It's like, why not? And they go, well, shops are closing, everything's going online. These are going to be empty soon and stuff. So always looking at people ahead of me. And so, like, if I'm a millionaire, you're a multi-millionaire, and your dad's a billionaire, I'm looking at you guys and I've already seen your dad leave the UK. And that tells me, should I still be in the UK? Should I be living here? Has this got enough opportunities? What's keeping me here? The weather? More taxes? Like, is there another place that I could be looking at? And, recently Dubai's come to mind for me. But I've heard your dad's gone to Monaco. Where do you see yourself in the next decade or 2 decades?
I really like Dubai, and the reason I like Dubai is because they're entrepreneurial backing. They're pushing entrepreneurs. You want to go and set up a business, they help you. You want to buy a property, they help you. The answer is never usually no. It's always yeah. We will help. And that's what I love about the country. It's run by entrepreneurs.
I heard that the king runs his country like a business.
And how successful is it? How great is it
Yeah.
actually doing? Like it's
Booming.
there is no words I could possibly put to exaggerate. If we was on this podcast 20 years ago and someone mentioned that there was a city being built, you couldn't even imagine it to be as good as Dubai. And that's what happens when businessmen and entrepreneurs run countries. Religious businessmen and entrepreneurs. Very clever men.
Yes. Talk to me a little bit about, because I've been in property over 20 years, but I've never even considered or looked at a mobile home park. Tell me how these things work, because all I know about it is a piece of land that you lease and put a mobile home on there. Is that as easy
Well,
it
no,
is?
no. So a mobile home. So there's different kinds. So you've got gypsy and traveller mobile home parks. You've got holiday mobile home parks, and you've got residential mobile home parks. I own two semi-retired and fully retired residential mobile home parks, so they can live there all year round, 365 days of the year. They buy the home off of me, put it on my site. They own everything above the ground. We own everything below the ground. So the base is our responsibility. They have their garden and all that sort of stuff, but the base is our responsibility. We put the mobile home on there. Every month they have to pay us ground rent and service fees, and they own that home and that plot of land until they're ready to sell it.
Right. Okay. So how much do they have to pay you, like in ground rent?
Well, it depends on the size of the. It depends on the size of the unit. It depends where they are in the country, but it can vary from £200 to £500 a month.
Okay, and that's where you're collecting it from every single plot
Every
of,
resident, yeah.
and so ultimately you're buying a piece of land.
Yes.
So that's what you're investing in. So how does like planning permissions and regulation come into it in terms of, hey, you're not allowed to build on this land, or if it's green belt or any of them sort of things, that like if somebody is thinking, or maybe I'm gonna buy one of these, what do they need to look out for?
Well, first of all, to get planning permission for a mobile home park is the same as planning for any piece of property in the UK. I'm pretty sure if you can get planning permission for it, you can put it up and build it. The easiest way to do it is already buy one with planning permission, I would suggest. But yeah, you just have to apply for planning. Listen, greenbelt's greenbelt. You still got to apply to. You've still got to apply to get planning to even to put it up. It's the same as a house. You're not going to get. But again, depending where it is, because listen, some places you'd get planning permission to build a house, but wouldn't get planning permission to build a mobile home park. You'd get some places planning permission to build a mobile home park, but you wouldn't get planning permission to build a house. No, but it's pretty much the same.
So what are some red flags? If I'm thinking, right, I see a piece of land up for sale there, I'll put some homes on it. But what should I be thinking?
You're taking a complete chance. You're just this, it's taking a complete chance. You can have people come round and tell you, like surveyors tell you, yeah, it's possible. You might get planning. Yeah, it's very likely. There's one down the road that just got passed the other day. However, nothing solid. So you buy the piece of land and then could quite possibly you not turn it into a mobile home park. But if you didn't, then obviously you try and build a house on it or try and make use of your land somehow, because you don't just want it for horse grazing.
So what stops you from building upwards then, and building a block instead of having this mobile park on it?
I haven't got a clue. I couldn't tell you what stops building up. To be honest with you, I have seen.
Because wouldn't you make more money if you built block of flats?
They've got to be. It's why it's called a mobile home. They have to be on wheels.
Right.
So underneath that brick skirting,
Yeah,
is wheels and a chassis.
Okay. So, and when you say you own a mobile home park, what does that mean? Does that mean you've got 20 on this site?
It could be 10, it could be 20, it could be 15, it could be 50. On mine, I've got 45 and 20. So I've got one that owns, it's got 20 units, and I've got one that's got 45.
So you got one near Essex, right?
I've got one in
Basildon, and then you got one near Dunstable, is it?
In Dunstable.
Yeah. How do they differ?
Well, one's twice the size for a start. Pretty much they're very similar.
Okay. And so outside of this, What else do you do? Because this is all passive, no?
Well, of course it is, but and again, it doesn't keep me busy enough like a full-time job. Like, once the rent's paid and there's a lot of jobs on there that I can't do.